Welcome back, my friends. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Silver Slayer, so now let's talk silver. We are on the road to 100,000 subscribers, and as a token of my appreciation, I'm going to be doing a lot of giveaways over the next couple of months. As a token of my appreciation, I'm talking about tubes of eagles, 1 ounce gold coins, multiple silver and gold giveaways will be happening, so make sure you subscribe. You don't want to miss it. May the luckiest stackers win. Now check this out. Check this out. Silver prices could touch a 9-year high in 2023 with a bigger upside than gold. Another one. Silver. 4 structural changes that confirm the start of a new secular bull market. Another one. Gold and silver boom predicted as U.S. hits the debt ceiling and the dollar devalues. I think it's safe to say that people are extremely bullish on silver, and rightfully so. Look at the 3-month chart. We saw silver down to $18. I remember when I was covering articles, they were saying it could go down to $15, $16. But it held the support and it has stabilized at these higher prices. So you see, started around here, it goes up, it might correct a little bit, but since it didn't just skyrocket out of nowhere, there was enough price stability for it to not crash back down to that $16, $17 range, and then it's just slowly gradually going upwards as it should be. You never want something to just go up, 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 because then it's going to crash, crash, crash. You see how like right here it just went straight up? That's why it crashed. It needs to be a gradual approach, just like Bitcoin in 2016 went from like $1,200 to $18,000 in like 4 months. That's why it crashed and took years to recover, because it was too much overbought territory. It needs to go up a little bit, down a little bit. That's why corrections are actually correct. It's actually healthy for the price to go back down. I know that sounds contradicting, but it's true. And that's what kind of scares me when they talk about a 9-year high in 2023. Hopefully, it's not within just a 2-3 month time frame. If we want to talk about triple-digit silver, yes, sure, that could happen. But if it happens within 5-6 months, it's not going to stay at triple digits. It's going to crash. So I want you guys to understand that, yes, we could be seeing higher prices, but that's an extremely risky time, especially for something like silver that is called, I call it at least, gold on steroids. It's gold on steroids because it hits higher highs and lower lows. More opportunity for profit, but also more opportunity to fail. If gold's going to rise 10%, silver's going to rise 15%. But it also works the opposite. If gold's going to drop 10%, silver's going to drop 15%. It's a more dramatic, exaggerated version of gold, so you got to be careful. Regardless, though, if you're someone that's buying precious metals, gold or silver, you're set. Just don't sell too early. Don't sell if the price goes back down or if it's not doing what you expected. It's not about getting rich. Silver is what makes you rich. Owning silver makes you rich. So anyways, that's a little introduction to this video. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked the video, then please like the video. I've been making a lot of shorts. I'm actually going to be doing a lot of shorts on this channel. And there's a tab that says shorts. I'm going to be showing actual silver in my shorts. These videos will be talking about stuff like this, breaking down articles. The shorts that I'm making, which is only a 60-second at most clip, is going to be showing coins I have, bars I have, stuff like that. So if you guys want to see my personal stack as well, then make sure you check those out. I'll try to post those every single day as well. So let's look at this. Let's look at this. Silver prices could touch a 9-year high in 2023 with a bigger upside than gold. Silver could hit a 9-year high of $30 an ounce this year and become a better performer than gold. Insufficient supplies of silver, as well as its tendency to be a better performer than gold in periods of high inflation, are the reasons. So yeah, and you could go back to like this article from Yahoo Finance. Gold and silver boom predicted as the U.S. hits the debt ceiling and the dollar devalues. But then we also have another reason, which is the insufficient supply. So there's 2 different reasons why silver it has so much opportunity, which is a beautiful thing. You never see that with something where most things that have potential to not explode, but have extreme potential to rally. They're usually based off of one factor. But silver, and specifically silver, not gold, silver has 3 different reasons. Not only is it a monetary metal, it's an industrial metal. So it's not only just about hedging against inflation, but there's an extremely low supply of it. Low supply, high demand shoots the price up. So let's look at this. Last time silver spot touched $30 was in February 2013, according to closing price data from Refinitiv. I mean, silver was basically $30 in February 2021 during the Wall Street silver movement, but yeah, I mean, it was close. Silver has historically delivered gains of close to 20% per annum in years of inflation, which is high. Given that the track record and how cheap silver remains relative to gold, wouldn't surprise to see silver head towards $30 an ounce this year, though that will likely offer significant resistance. And that's what I was just saying. If it does just shoot up to $30, there's going to be resistance like they saw in 2021. Everyone thought Wall Street silver failed, but that wasn't really the case. There was just resistance there. And just because it didn't break above $30 and shoot up to $13,000 like some were predicting, doesn't mean they failed. Wall Street silver was actually one of the most successful things that happened. I mean, they have 250,000 members now. I'm sure 75% of those people never heard about silver or never invested before Wall Street silver. Wall Street silver put silver on the map, and a lot of people have now transferred their wealth from stocks and, AMC and GameStop. They transfer that fake money, that digital stuff, into physical metal. So how could you be mad at them when they helped a lot of people take control of their financial wealth? So anyways, silver spot notched a record high of $49.45 in 1980. And then also in 2011, it was around the same price. 1980 was the highest. We did, silver hit $50 twice, 1980 and 2011. 1980 was like a couple pennies higher, wasn't much. And that was due to the Hunt brothers, 3 brothers. They cornered the silver market, basically. Similar to what Wall Street silver did. I mean, the whole point was to buy all the silver on the COMEX and turn it into physical. And that's what the Hunt brothers did. They owned up to, some say, up to 77% of the global silver supply. And they tried to turn all those contracts into physical delivery. Obviously, the government wasn't going to stand for that, but they tried. And while they were doing that, spending billions, while they were doing that, silver's price skyrocketed to the highest it's still ever been till this day. 2011 was another situation, which is actually pretty similar to what's been happening nowadays over the last 2 or so years. So if you want to compare and contrast, there's a lot of similarities, but things are much more extreme nowadays. The precious metal last traded $24.02 per ounce against the backdrop of an inflation rate of 6.5%. Silver shortage. Silver is in a shortage. Thank you. Thank you. Nobody would be saying this a couple of years ago while I was talking about it. But now, since everyone else is finally acknowledging it, or at least doing enough research to see this and understand and look at the below ground supply versus above ground supply versus global demand, look at that, incorporating recycling, and nobody ever did that. It was just me, myself, and I. But now everyone else is, right? I don't need the credit, doesn't matter. At least people are finally understanding, and at least my subscribers have known this whole time. There's a notable drawdown in the available physical stocks held in New York and London's physical hubs, more so than seen in gold. Well, of course, yeah. I mean, gold isn't scarce. That's why there's not extreme premiums on gold. You could buy gold for around what the spot price of gold is because it's not scarce. You can't do that with silver because silver's scarce. So, Shields added that silver is expected to post deficits of more than 100 million ounces over the next 5 years, with industrial demand spurring tight supply. We're talking about deficits of over 100 million ounces. That's scary to think about, and it's going to be much bigger than that, because think about the other inventions. Solar panel production increased 15% this year alone. Every automobile company by the year 2030 is going to be an EV. Think about this stuff. And most silver that gets made in these solar panels that have a very low half-life, very short half-life, get thrown away in landfills, never to be recycled. So you're looking at a very dangerous and serious situation that I don't think the industry really has tapped into yet. And I think it's a little too late, even if they did at this point. That's why I'm extremely bullish on silver. Other people are bullish for other reasons, like this, the debt ceiling, dollar to values. I'm bullish because of the shortage. This person says, I'm very bullish on gold, but I'm even more bullish on silver. Says the largest segment of silver demand is industrial, which equates to almost 50% of the total demand, calling for a base case of silver's price to climb to $28 with a bullish case of 30 or more. The demand is expected to grow more than 15% over the next 5 years. I think it's much higher than 15%. Hanging on accelerated industrial demand from automotive and electronic applications. I mean, solar panels alone grew 15% this year. Automobile companies are going to be through the roof with EVs. Every single one by 2030, in the next 8 years, is going to, or 7 years, is going to be electric. And it's not just solar panels and EVs, 5G towers, silver lithium ion batteries, everything and anything and everything. But remember, not much is being recycled either. Most of it's thrown away. I don't think people remember that. And most silver that gets dug up out of the ground is found by accident. It's a byproduct. Most mines, they're not looking for silver. They're looking for gold, lead, or zinc. If they find silver, they'll take it, but they're not looking for it, meaning that it might come out of the ground 7-1, but that 1 ounce of gold that gets dug up is going to stay in circulation for centuries, where that ounce of silver that gets dug up is going to be thrown away within a couple decades. So silver is a material commonly used in the manufacturing of automobiles, solar panels, jewelry, and electronics. No silver lining for silver supplies. We hit peak silver supply back about 5-6 years ago. Silver production on a worldwide basis has actually been dropping, and we're not seeing as much silver produced from mines, like I was just talking about. According to the group, the Silver Institute, the supply of silver from mine production in 2022 was 843.2 million ounces. And remember, that's 843.2 produced, but we reached a demand of 1.21 billion ounces, which was still shy of the decade's peak of 900 million ounces in 2016. So even if we had the decade peak of 900 million, we're still 300 million ounces in the red, and that's for the last 6-7 years. The supply of silver, which is largely produced as a byproduct of lead, zinc, copper, and gold, which I also just mentioned, does not generally respond as quickly to demand. And yeah, like I was just saying, gold, lead, and zinc. You know, I haven't read this article yet, so just want you guys to know, like, when I'm saying out facts, it's because I actually know. I will never talk about something that I don't know for sure. And I'm a numbers guy. I'm very good at remembering facts. I'm very good at remembering percentages. And if, I'm never just going to make something up. So I just hope you guys can, and you can fact check me on anything I say as well. But anyways, when silver prices go up, it's not like silver mines can increase production, because a silver mine only supplies about 25% of the silver, right? Because it's a byproduct. Yeah. Adding the market often relies on lead zinc mines to satisfy higher demand. However, he maintained that while it wouldn't be surprising to see silver touch $30 an ounce, he does not think the price will hold. He calls for prices to stay comfortably over $20 an ounce. But then he says, I'm very bullish on gold, but I'm even more bullish on silver. So that's a little contradicting. But I think if he is talking about silver being comfortable around $20, it's because he understands the manipulation side of things, the suppression. But like Ted Butler has said before, you can try to suppress the price, but fundamentals will always outweigh the outliers. Low supply, high demand pushes the price up. That's the fundamentals. Headwind for silver. However, recession fears could lead to softer industrial demand. I don't know if that's the case because we're going green regardless, but that may cause silver prices to drop as low as $18. The biggest risk to silver prices is if inflation falls away faster than expected. If the Fed continues to tighten and if inflation falls away more rapidly than the market expects, that will be a headwind for silver, she said, especially if the economy heads into a recession given the large share of silver demand tied to industrial output. Yeah, it is, but you got to remember there's a lot of people not buying it just for those reasons. I mean, look at the BRICS nations, Russia, India demand booming, Russia booming, China booming, plus China reopened this year, booming. So many countries, all in the BRICS nations from the East, are buying millions upon millions of ounces of silver. I mean, just that alone, it should be very, very alarming to anyone that lives in the West. Because as Andy Schechtman talks about it, these countries are killing the U.S. dollar and turning it into, or their currency, into a digital currency backed by physical commodities. Now, that article is a lot longer than I thought, so we're just going to skim through these other ones. I'll post the link to this article. I just want to see if they mention. Okay, so it looks like, and here we go, Ted Butler puts evidence. That's what I was just talking about. As you guys, and I haven't read this article either, that's what I was saying, guys, you know, like when I say stuff, I'm not just making it up. Ted Butler talks about the manipulation, what I was just saying. Ted Butler admits that the market is manipulated, but you can't suppress the price forever, and it goes into deep waters, conspiratorial. I mean, we're talking about some very serious stuff, not just spoofing. Spoofing is when a bank like JP Morgan, they will place false buy or sell orders on these exchanges and cancel the order before it goes through. So everyone on the exchange thinks that the price is doing something that's really not, or all these, you know, the volume on the exchange. So then they start investing off of this false exchange. And you know, that's what a lot of people think of when they talk about price manipulation. And JP Morgan's gotten fined $900 million, 3 of their employees getting sent to prison, another one for racketeering. The Dutch bank Merrill Lynch also got caught doing this. But Ted Butler goes into something much more sinister about price manipulation and the facade of the COMEX. So yeah, that's something. And most importantly about all that is that when the COMEX gets exposed, silver's true price, and when, not if, will start to rise. Now let's look at this. It's looking like not much here as well. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe. We're on the road to 100,000 subscribers. Let's get there, folks. Let's do this. Let's show the world that silver stacking channels are here to stay, and we are putting a staple in the economy and in society, letting people know that they can take control of their financial future. They don't have to have their hard-earned dollars pegged to a currency that is literally burning away. The dollars in your bank account are burning away. What you'll be able to purchase with that money in your bank in 5-10 years will have drastically gone down, and you need to put your money in something that holds its value, which is gold and silver. Make sure that you like the video. If you did like the video, send an email to info@milesfranklin.com if you want to buy some silver or gold. I highly recommend it. Most respected precious metals dealer in the world. Andy Sheckman is the CEO. You probably saw him on my channel or somewhere else. He's all over the internet, and he'll take care of you. So yeah, anyways, thanks for tuning in. This was Silver Slayer. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.